station, everybody. Welcome, Supreme Clientele, episode 37. Holy hell. April 24th, 2024. Back with my brother on this stormy Wednesday night here in my neck of the woods. My bro, it's so good to see you. Love the Michigan hat. How you doing tonight, man? Good to see you again.
I'm doing good, man. I think it's because of the X-Men stuff going on. I'm so excited, but it's like I haven't felt this excited since Hickman did House of Hoxpox back. That was like 5 years ago. So it feels good to be an X-Men fan. But other than that,
it's incredible, right? Like the show and now Wolverine and Deadpool and like all the. I mean, we're gonna get into it, but all the things we got from that trailer, it really does feel like. I don't know. When is the last time we had Hoxpox, I guess, but yeah, like it's even further back than that, I feel like. It's been quite a while. I don't know. I haven't felt like the X-Men about this since my childhood, straight up. Like since Jim Lee and the Revolution.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like so
yep.
I don't know. Hell yeah, man. It's a good time to be an X-Men fan. Station everybody coming through. Sorry we're late. You know how we get down. E, what up? Early in the chats. Rogue. Station. What up, Rogue? Who else? Phelps. What up, Phelps? James. Good to see you. Thank y'all for coming through early. Yeah, man. A crazy week, obviously. Monday we got the Deadpool Wolverine trailer early. Bro, were you expecting to get it that? I'm mad they dropped it that early. My ass was at work. I was not ready. I was like, I got time. It'll be middle afternoon. It's fine. And then I hop on the group chat. Everybody's going crazy. I'm like, man, you got
first thing in the morning.
So I had to wait till 4 o'clock on Monday till I got home and I had time to like really sit with it. But yeah, bro, did you expect it? Like I did. I definitely did not expect it that early.
Bro, I think like I woke up and seen it had been out for like 17 minutes. I sent it to the group chat before I even watched it, and I was just like, it's usually like you said, it's in that like the afternoon. Maybe like if it's like 12 p.m. like 11 to 12 p.m. on like in California. What are they? West Coast? Yeah. What's their time zone called? The West Coast. Yeah. But so like 3 p.m. here. But first thing in the morning, I really was shocked, bro, because that means it was like 6 in the morning for E when it, so he got it at the crack of dawn, which is I appreciate it though, it was a welcome surprise, but I was a little shocked. I think they're really banking on, they're trying to really, since this is the only thing they're doing this year, they're trying to really start to, ramp up that hype. For the film. And
yeah, absolutely. Time, though. Yeah, pardon the thunder and lightning on my end, guys. Like I said, I'm in the midst of a tempest, so hopefully the power stays on for y'all. We got Nick in the house. Nick making a live show. Let's go, Nick. Oh yeah, exactly. Who lives on the West Coast? There are people out there.
Thank you, Nick.
PST, Pacific Time Zone, of course. We didn't forget. I promise you. We love you, bro. But yeah, I figured we'd watch it together, dude. Let's just throw it to the wind and see what happens, But I figure since I didn't get to watch it in the early morning, we'd have a watch party together. So let's just watch it. And then, you had a great breakdown on IG. We'll get into that
after. I told you, you're not welcome here. You're not welcome anywhere. Now get the fuck out of my bar.
Just give me one more drink and then I'll leave.
Hi, Peanut. I'm gonna need you to come with me right now.
Look, lady, I'm not interested.
All right, well, I'm sort of on the tick-tick, so upsy daisy.
Here we go.
Oh, whiskey dick of the claws. It's quite common in Wolverines over 40.
You don't want this.
Unless you want to take a deep breath through your fucking forehead, I suggest you reconsider. I'm about to lose everything that I've ever cared about.
Not my fucking problem.
Is that what you said when your world went to shit?
Come again.
This Wolverine let down his entire world.
Want to talk about what's haunting you, or should we wait for a third act flashback?
Go fuck yourself.
anything about saving worlds. But you do.
Trust me, kid.
You know, Liefeld's Just Feet. I just want to say real quick, come on. That was, for me, the highlight.
I'm no hero.
You were an X-Man. You were the X-Man. I am soaking wet right now.
Boys are so silly.
This is what I'm talking about. Big slow motion action sequence. Who knows if you live or die? Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
Want to do some cocaine?
Hey, cocaine is the one thing that Feige said is off limits.
What about Bolivian marching powder?
They know all the slang terms. They have a list.
Even snowboarding?
Even disco dust.
White girl interrupted?
Even forest bump.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Yes, but I can't.
There she blows. Dude. Yeah. A game changer for, I think, what we thought this,
Yes.
Warren says, is there any movie left to see? Facts, bro. so many leaked shots from the set and everything, but yeah. I hope we don't get any more, or maybe just one more. I don't know. I don't need any more. But where are we at right now? Yeah, April. Like they'll probably do one more, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Just overall thoughts, dude. Like it's for me, real quick. It's a complete game changer in terms of what I thought this movie was going to be and the storylines they were going to take. Some of the Wolverine canon that they're looking at adapting and the X-Men canon that they're looking at adapting has me super hyped. And just seeing where they're willing to go with this, and just in the trailer alone, man, the trailer was filthy, cocaine and F-bombs left and right,
Immediately.
so yeah, I appreciate the I hope we keep that tone throughout the movie. I'm sure we will, but yeah, I was blown away. This one is like gonna go to places I didn't really think. Like I thought initially with that Secret Wars and issue in the snow and stuff, we were kind of headed for a whole different place, but this seems like it's gonna be, yes, it's gonna be focused on the multiverse and stuff like that, but I think it's also gonna be like a very grounded real story between these two, like this version of Wolverine.
Yeah.
And I love how this guy's just beat, man. Like in the trailer, you don't ever see him get one up on Deadpool in combat. Like he just looks slow and lethargic, and like he's just giving
Sluggish,
up.
Yep.
Yeah. So I can't wait. And the fact that they're putting him in the yellow and blue, man, like I love that metaphor and where they're going with it. So yeah, the Fox universe, like all those things we got. Obviously the giant Ant-Man skull. It's crazy. Like a complete game changer for me. But yeah. Go ahead, bro. Like we'll get to your breakdown in a second, but just general thoughts, like after you saw this.
Man, I might be a little biased because Wolverine is like, what if I had to pick a favorite? Wolverine is my favorite since childhood. Just like he's like the perfect anti-hero. He's almost like the first anti-hero. Did Punisher? I know Punisher probably came first, but it's like I don't really look at Punisher as like a hero, anti-hero. Like he enjoys the bloodlust, Wolverine does not really enjoy it, but he does what he needs to. But beyond the fact that the trailer is badass. I said all that. I've been waiting 24 fucking years to see Wolverine in semi-accurate comic suit. Now they're just going all out with it, so I respect that. I'm glad to see like the old man Logan references, because I felt like even though Logan was as good as it was, I felt like there was so much more material to really use from the old man Logan universe that they could have implemented in Logan just a little bit more. So it's cool to see little bits of that sprinkled throughout the trailer. I'm I'm proud of Marvel in a sense. I hate to say that, Disney, just because bro, our first couple seconds of the trailer, they're letting you know what type of time that they're on. You got Wolverine, and unless you want a fucking bullet in you, like, oh shit, this is MCU.
And that line too,
okay.
like, you're not wanted here, you're not wanted anywhere. Like, it just further nails home that old man Logan type of vibe. But yeah, we'll get there.
It almost gives like the vibe that he's like, he's kind of like, that's all he does is drink all day, and people are like, get the fuck out. You bring on destruction, bro. Like, we don't want you here. We know what you did to the X-Men. And it almost seems like I don't know, like, maybe the whole whiskey dick joke is because, like, in Old Man Logan, remember Old Man Logan refused to pop his claws? Like, he just got his ass beat and still didn't do anything about it. Maybe it's because Logan hasn't popped his claws in so long that,
I think it's
because he's just been drunk, But
I love that. I love that
bro.
Drunken smirk on Jackman's face when Deadpool has a gun to him. He's like, I'm putting a hole through your fucking forehead or whatever. And he just leans into the gun. Like, I love that, like, that abandon in his. And, like, this is kind of coinciding with a rough time in Hugh's life. He's just got divorced or going through a separation with his wife of 25, 26 years. Like, so it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out on screen, I guess, for lack of a better phrase. But yeah, man, let's get into it, because you posted a great breakdown on IG about some of the elements in there. First of all, I thought, all right, Liefeld's Just Feet. The way I like this was really, like, I saw the Liefeld and I was like, oh, that's cool. They threw him up on a store, and then I saw the Just Feet and I was like, damn, that's like, you know what I mean? That's a solid. That's just a great. Like, you can't ask for a better comic.
That's
just on the nose.
It's the little things, bro.
Yeah. I took a picture on TV and sent it to the group chat. That was like part of my favorite thing. All right, so let's get into it, bro. You know, these are your pictures, so I'm kind of gonna let you take the reins here, but just start us off here with this scene in the bar.
It's not directly how Hugh or Wolverine was introduced in the first X-Men movie, but it's very similar. He was in the cage match or whatever in the first X-Men movie, but it's got the whole bar setup, which I thought was I thought it was interesting, like the parallels they drew from previous X-Men movies. I found it very interesting they chose that. Almost, I think some people might have been worried that they're going to completely abandon what's been done, like Marvel, once they got a hold of X-Men, they're going to abandon everything Fox has done, for better or for worse. It's almost like, because I enjoy the X-Men movies. Not all of them are bangers, but it's almost like for every banger they had a miss. For Wolverine Origins, they had a Days of Future Past. It's like so it was balanced out. But it's cool to see that they're not completely abandoning. Like, they could have easily set up this Logan somewhere else, but they went out of their way to kind of establish or kind of make that connection to X-Men 1 with the whole bar setup. And, so I found that interesting.
Absolutely.
Their motives for being at the bar are a little different.
Yeah, is that intro to Logan in the first X-Men was done so well. And Ninja said, it's fan service to the OGs. Warren says your breakdown was the Easter egg fest. I thought the same. That's why we're doing. I was like, dude. As soon as I saw it, I was like, send me those pics. We're talking about this on Wednesday. I was like, dude, you killed it. Yeah, but just a great start, like you said, connecting those, building those bridges back to the past, and bringing the fans along for the ride just straight out of the gate. I don't know which. So what is that? Like, obviously this the top is from the new movie. What is this bottom one here? What is this in relation to?
So the bottom scene, this felt similar in tone to me. That's the only reason I mean, it's really a loose connection, but it's when Logan first leaves the bar, and he finds out, he realizes Rogue is in the back of his trailer and shit, and he like pokes her and he like makes her get out, and he's
yeah.
You're gonna leave me out here in the middle of nowhere? She's like, where am I supposed to go? He's like, I don't know, don't care, pretty much. He had like this I don't give a fuck energy to him. And in this scene with Deadpool, he's got the same energy, like, I don't give a fuck, it's not my problem. Everything. It's not, I don't care. So
love
I just
that.
and the way that the scenes are laid out, they're in the same placement almost in terms of like
Yeah,
uh
and
body positioning and
and the
shit.
scenery and the setting is very similar, minus the double
Yes.
wide.
Yes.
But, hell yeah. All right, moving on. Yeah, our boy
Yes.
this was when what's his name? The TVA guy, Matthew McFadden.
TVA.
What's the name of his
I
what's
forget
the name of
his
his character? Shit. Anyway, he's like, this Wolverine let down his whole universe, and we see him kind of unconscious on the floor there. What were you referencing here with this the picture of him getting burned up here on the
just
bottom?
well, the defeated look that Hugh Jackman. I mean, we don't know what's going on. He could just have been shot in the head or something, and he's a little dazed. But he has like this defeated look on his face, and then it's like the bit of dialogue where he let his whole universe down. That made me think of like Old Man Logan, like in this scene at the bottom. That's when Logan, spoiler alert, he killed all the X-Men. Like he didn't know it was Mysterio.
Yeah, Mysterio took
He's under the
over.
illusion that they were bad
Yeah,
guys.
right. And he went full berserker mode on the entire squad.
Massacred.
Yeah.
And so he got really depressed after this, and he pretty much just like walked for days until he like found these railroad tracks, and he just laid down there and let like a train run over his head, and that's the scene as like a sort of atonement, a punishment. And it traumatized him so much that's why he went on that whole thing. Like, I'm never popping my claws again, regardless. Like, I can take an ass beating, but my claws, So he just the mindset, like
dude, that's a sick grab, because it almost looks like there's a track there, not a full on train track, but
yeah,
I love that. That's ill that you pull that visual from
the parallel.
Hell yeah.
No, yeah, like it just in a bit of dialogue, it makes me feel like that's why he's at the bar at the beginning of the movie, and he just one more drink, one more, he's just depressed and in a drunken stupor is because he's still grieving him taking out all the X-Men. And then I didn't put it in the slides, but we saw it in the trailer where he's like having that flashback where it shows like those huge tombstones or whatever. So that we don't know for sure, but I just feel like that's him. That's going to be like a mental thing with Casanova in his mind, making him relive the horrors that he's done.
Those definitely felt like, hold on, those definitely felt like tombstones that he was amongst when he sank down to his knees in that scene.
Yes.
All those
Yep.
tall stone markers. But yeah, I don't know. There he is. Is that bottom one from Logan?
Yes. Yeah. Once again, this is like, it was just like a very similar tone and line delivery almost, and like the placement, like they're both sitting at the cameras in the same angle. But he, like in the Deadpool trailer, he says something like, "I'm no hero, kid." But it reminded me of the scene in Logan when he's cutting into Lara, like, "I'm not who you think I am," like, But it'd be cool if in the Deadpool movie that scene he's actually talking to Lara, "I'm no hero, kid." Because I don't know. I'm thinking like maybe because this Logan is obviously from a different universe, so maybe they do travel to the Logan universe, and Laura's a little bit older now, she's the Wolverine of that universe, and so she'll get to like see her dad thinking he's a hero, even though he's from an alternate universe.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind her cameo. People keep saying Channing Tatum. Fuck Channing Tatum. I don't want to see him as Gambit ever. He's lucky he's gotten this far in his career.
God, no, man, just no.
Yeah.
Is he even from New Orleans? Like, does he have any type of?
Fuck no, bro. My man, Channing Tatum. I don't think I've ever seen Channing Tatum do an accent, but I don't trust him to do an accent. You know what? Logan Lucky.
Just the thought of that.
Lucky.
Yikes.
Logan Lucky. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Steven Soderbergh.
It's such a great movie, dude.
Yeah. He was good at that. I'll give him that. But it doesn't really. It's not hard to kind of go Southern like that.
No,
but,
he has his moments, and I'm not hating on bro. Like I like his sense of humor. I like the way he kind of carries himself sometimes. But shout out to him and what's it called, Zoe Kravitz.
She's too good for him.
I agree, but regardless, I'm not gonna say he's like a total wash, but he's not Gambit. Yeah, I agree with NJ. He's not Gambit. He's not my Gambit. Come on, man. Let's be real. Please don't do that to us. I'd rather have that dude they had at the poker card table in that one X-Men movie than
he wasn't too bad. Taylor Kitsch
right?
or whatever, bro.
Yeah.
He wasn't perfect. He wasn't. He could have grown into that role, bro. Like he was, Channing Tatum doesn't have that charm to me. Gambit's supposed to be a charming ass motherfucker, and Channing Tatum is not charming.
And just like,
So
my name is Jeff. On 21 Jump Street, exactly. That's exactly what it sounds like in my head. Yeah. All right. Anyway,
that's a great
moving
movie.
on. Yeah. Obviously,
Okay,
Cassandra.
right.
We get Cassandra Nova.
Yes.
Like what
no
version?
teasing.
What arc are we gonna get? Are we gonna get like? I don't know. Did she take Mysterio's? Like, is that what you proposed? She took Mysterio's place, and she kind of old man Logan'd him and made him kind of psychically made him kill all his X-Men.
I feel like I don't know that. I mean, that could be right, just because it's like Logan's. There's got to be a specific reason that Wade's teaming up with this Logan, or maybe like Cassandra Nova has found a way to enter the time stream or some shit, or traverse multiverses, and she's gonna fuck some shit up. So it's up to like Wade and the last surviving hero. I don't know. I don't know. It would make sense, it'd kind of be a reach to have Mysterio pop in there. I don't think Jake Gyllenhaal is going to make a small cameo for that, but and just so with them in that scene, it's in the next panel, I believe, but where it showed like Cassandra Nova controlling Logan, you could kind of connect the dots, like she's someone who kind of she controlled his body and just kind of made him go berserk on the X-Men. Like he was conscious but couldn't control himself.
Yeah, it's like what she did to our boy Beak against Beast.
When he beat his ass with the bat, he's like, "I don't want to do this. I don't want to." That was fucked up.
Sorry. Damn,
yeah,
that was great.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, great scene.
But I'm very curious. You know what I was also thinking though? What if it's like, this is reach, but what if it was like Shadow King? What if it like Cassandra Nova is the Professor X from an alternate universe, and she's just being hijacked by like Shadow King or some shit like that?
Yeah,
I'm just throwing shit at the wall. But
I don't know. Did this one strike a menacing tone with you? That's the thing I kind of worry about. I kind of wish they would have had some old, wrinkled, disgusting looking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and just really gone like all the way in on her physical appearance instead of, I don't know. She looked a little too cute, I guess. I don't know, as a villain, but we'll see.
But what she said, boys are so silly. Like that whole line came off as very like playful and that did strike me a little odd. Because Casanova is very sinister and cutthroat in the comics. In her first inception. I didn't really get. Maybe they haven't shown enough. I can't really base it off that. Maybe she has like a sinister line following that piece of dialogue. But I will say the trailer did not give me the. I agree with you. I didn't really get like, oh shit, like I'm supposed to be intimidated by Casanova. She's not really intimidating me, but I'll give it a chance. I'll see where they take it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just want that Frank Quietly art like transcribed to the screen. You know what I mean? I want those like texture and those wrinkles and all that good stuff. Hold on, James. Gambit is my free pass from the wife. Oh boy. I'm gonna remember that. I'm gonna remember that, James. See what I did there? Hold on. Gambit could get it 1,000 times over in that series, and by it I mean an invitation to dinner. Way to course correct there, Anja. I appreciate it.
Dinner.
Cassandra Nova character creeps me out. Hope the vibe translates the movie. Hell yeah. No joke. I don't know if they'll have a better Gambit moment than what we saw in the animated series, though. No, they won't be. There's no way they will.
This is true. Gambit was just the man throughout that whole fucking episode, bro.
y'all getting weird about the Cajun, man. God, we all need to go to Mardi Gras together and see what happens. Y'all tend to get loose on the goose.
I'm down. I'm so down.
This was one of my favorite parts of the the trailer, man. The Ant-Man skeleton,
Absolutely.
like the helmet opening up
I
to
mean,
reveal the skull. That was such a
skeleton.
creative use, I thought, of it. Of course, we got like it's what is it, Pym Falls, I think they call it, in the Wasteland or whatever. But
You think they'll call it like Lang Falls or some shit? Since it's Ant
I
Man's
don't know,
Scott
right?
Lang in,
Yeah,
but it might not even have a name.
if they
But
do
the
Lang
reason I
Falls,
posted the master mode image next to it was because in Old Man Logan it was just a body that was there. They weren't using that as any sort of base or anything like that. But if I remember correctly, like Casanova was using master mode, or part of master mode is like her base. So I thought that was like them doing like a nice little amalgamation. Because the Ant-Man base looks badass. I'm not gonna lie. Like you said, when this helmet opens up and it shows the skull, bro, that's sick looking. And then when they're I didn't notice this until we were just watching the trailer just now. When they were jumping towards the portal, which looks like a Doctor Strange portal, probably isn't, but that's probably something they could easily CGI to make look like a TVA portal in the movie. But it looks like they're jumping out of the not in the trailer when you showed it. It looks like they're jumping out the eye socket into the portal. So that's interesting.
yeah, good call. James says, "I'll bring the bees and the good attitude." Hell yeah, bro! First round's on me, man. I went to New Orleans before. One of the times I went down there and helped rebuild after Katrina. About 9 months after Katrina, down in Gulfport, Mississippi, dude. It was one of the best experiences of my life. I was down there for about 2 or 3 weeks. I saw what FEMA put those people in, which was basically plywood shacks. It was an eye-opening experience, not only to the real impact of Katrina, but the government's response afterwards. It was crazy. But yeah, we had a 2-day leave and we went into New Orleans, man, and it was amazing. I was drinking absinthe and back alleys, and it was like that experience was everything I wanted it to be. It was everything I wanted it to be. It was amazing, yeah.
I will.
Yeah, that was like one of the most formative 2.5-3 weeks of my life for sure.
Hell yeah. That sounds like an experience, brother. Damn. I want to hear more about
dude,
that.
Louisiana, New Orleans is like New York is a beautiful city in that you can feel the energy. Like New Orleans has that old ancient energy about it. Like it's just like it truly is like a melting pot of cultures, but in a different way than New York is, with a lot of the it's a port city, so it's New York is in the same way too, but it draws from different cultures, so I don't know. It's such a beautiful place, dude.
That's well put.
I was drinking absinthe, Inja. Don't be a square.
Yo, let me say
I did not get tattooed.
Rewire, but
I have no tattoos, bro. No.
After James' free pass comment, I had to think of what beads he meant. Because we were talking about. I thought of some other beads, and remember we were talking about Mardi Gras just now. So,
damn, Link just hijacked the show. I love it. Oh. No, I did not tour any catacombs. Like I said, man, it was a 2-day leave, and like during 3 weeks of helping rebuild from Katrina, so we had our fun then.
Right.
That pretty much the rest of the time we were working day to dawn until we were too tired to keep going, and then start again the next day. So yeah, so that was a fun 2 days. Oh yeah. Anything else? That's a repeat slide. What about this here with these from the?
No, I just included this to kind of give people who weren't aware of Cassandra Nova her a depiction of her power level. How to look, she takes out 3 vetted X-Men like it ain't shit, to the point where Professor X and Beast don't even bother her jumping in the fight, bro. Like that says a lot how powerful she is. So
yeah,
be prepared,
dude. Yep. She finned a wreck house. Can't wait. July, what is it? I don't know. Sometime in July.
28th?
Yeah, 28th. I think that's right. Hell yeah. Can't wait, man. Great breakdown, bro. I love that. Loved all those moments that was crazy. Yeah. You got a picture perfect memory with some of that stuff. That's crazy. You can pull like some of those frames and they're shot from the same angle. It's dope. All right, so we got 4 new books to go through. We were gonna do Captain America Gang, but we're gonna stick to our new books this week. I figured we'd probably start with 2 of these don't really do a whole lot, so I think we'll start with one of those. But yeah, let's get into it.
Ooh, check out this comic book.
Ooh, are these new?
All right, let's start, I think, with Ultimate Black Panther, number 3. Ryan Hill, Stefano Caselli. Their run continues. Again, not a whole lot of movement in this one, but still a real solid issue nonetheless. I'm loving this overall. Link, like overall thoughts on this before we get into the breakdown? Did you enjoy this in the run?
Yeah, I'm loving this one, man. I feel like they like you said, it's not a whole lot is happening, but they're moving pieces. So when shit does start popping off, like it's just gonna be like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, you know, like they're taking the time, moving pieces little by little. But I thought this was a great issue. It's probably my favorite issue so far. Even though it's quick, you know, I thought I enjoyed it.
Yeah, hell yeah. Regardless, I think it sets up some big things and shows us where we're going to be headed towards, you know, in the final 3, because we're going to 6, I think, and then we'll see where we go from there. I believe. I don't know if we're taking a break or
going, bro.
I don't know. I thought I heard Hill say he wants us to be an ongoing, but we'll see where it goes. Anyway, as far as covers go, we got a dope Boss Logic variant there on the right. Joshua Cassara, nice little Storm Black Panther variant there on the left. Peach doing a little design, 1 in 10 variant there on the right. I don't. Come on now.
Take it.
Yeah. 1 in 25 variant by.
I can dig it.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Serious one. I like that one. I think the 1 in 25, and I like Cassara. I love Cassara. So I love that the Illumination by
yeah.
But hell yeah. All right. So let's get into it, man. We get into it like this dope little conversation between Shuri and Okoye. I love this. Did you enjoy this little back and forth? And they basically like it's going to be battles of the will, and that comes down to physicality. And they have a rumble for you know, Okoye wants information from Shuri. Shuri doesn't want to give her information, and she's like, "Okay, let's rumble for it." And so they go at it. Shuri ends up getting the upper hand. I think her quote is like, "My will remains." You know, I love that.
Yep.
But she's like, at least tell me if, you know, my husband is on the right path or is he doing the right thing or whatever. And Shuri's answer is kind of ominous. She's like, he thinks he is. Or he thinks he does. Yeah. But the opening salvo, I love this. Again, the women in this are such great characters. I think Okoye is definitely one of my favorites. We talked about this before when we had Chris from Lost of Comics on. I think I'm talking about issue 2. The advice and the counsel she's given to T'Challa throughout the series, and the strength she's, you know, kind of held down for him. She's, you know, and while he's gone off on this little wild goose chase, she's the one, you know, holding down things back home. So I just love her character in this, man. I feel like she's such a great representation of a powerful queen and you know, a powerful counterpart to T'Challa, like telling him, you know, not necessarily what he needs to hear all the time, but the truth and, you know, you know, uncomfortable truths at that. You know, especially when it comes to the council of the what's that witchcraft, the Voodoo Con or whatever that, you know, she's trying to warn him about. And I just love those situations, how she's always trying to warn him to tread cautiously. But she's just such a great, one of my favorite characters in this. I was hoping she'd win the fight.
Absolutely.
But, sorry to run on, bro, but go ahead. Yeah.
No, yeah, I agree with you. I think she's a great character. I like that she's not like she's very she's probably like the most calculated character in the book so far. Like she doesn't push people. Like she respects boundaries. She doesn't say too much or, you know, do too little. Like she just kind of the peace that everyone needs. Like, you know, even when she's queen, she could have like thrown a fit, demanded Shuri tell her what's going on, but she had a little duel that they both understand, and Shuri bested her, and she respected that. She was like, "Yo, just let me know that this is on the up and up at least." And she's like, Shuri's like, "Yeah, I believe it is," you know. So she's like, "All right, I'll take that." You know, I don't like being kept in the dark, but shit. No, she's a great character. I'm very curious about her and T'Challa's relationship. Like I know a lot of her position is because she is queen, so her overall the responsibility is like the protection of Wakanda. Uh, so you know, I know that's why she's invested in T'Challa to such an extent. But part of me, I don't know why in this issue, I got like she has like emotional feelings for him just a little bit. I don't know why. I just the vibe I got. But be curious to see if something sprouts from that. And there's like a whole little love Kardashian love quartet going on between like, you know, Killmonger, Storm, T'Challa, Okoye, you know. You know, I'd like to see something going on like that.
Yes.
But,
I'm here for it. Just give me some give me some you know, romance drama in Wakanda. That sounds amazing. All right, let me get to the chat real quick. We got Bobo in the house. Bob, you really like that Peach Momoko cover, bro? Like, I love Peach, but come on. We're gonna get to Ultimate X-Men in a minute, by the way. But yeah, I don't know. He says Hill can still write an engaging and entertaining story even when it's a heavy conversation type issue. Sound of a strong writer, hell yeah. And Blades was great as well. Brother Joe in the house station. We got Fable in the house station, bro. What up? Who else? I saw my boy Sal. Sal, what up, brother? Thank y'all for coming through. Love and appreciate y'all. Hope everybody's doing well this Wednesday evening. We're going through Ultimate Black Panther number 3 right now. All right. So yeah, we get to you know, I guess the remainder of our issue here with Killmonger and Black Panther. I love this. You know, they're out hunting game. You know, doing what they need to do to survive. Bobby said, "I like saying Peach Momoko." Okay, I get it. Blame Herm. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just love this conversation between them. You know, he's telling them to leave the carcass rough. Don't let it trace back to the work of it. Men, you know, around here we you know, don't leave anything you know, left to waste, and we carve our own meat. I love this dynamic between them two. And how they have like, it's not the Killmonger that, you know, we've come to know in the MCU. Like they have this tense relationship, I would say, but Killmonger also trusts him, you know, and there's a degree of brotherhood between these two that I don't think is present in movies. I really appreciate. I like that in this relationship, because as we'll see, like when they get down in the caves, Storm's like, "You brought him, you trust him." You know what I mean? Like she left it to Eric to make the final decision on T'Challa and whether, you know what I mean. He was like, I thought that was dope.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, they have this dope conversation about you know, why they've gone the paths they've gone in life. And I love Killmonger. I got tired of you know, watching him basically Wakanda flourish while the rest of the world suffered. The rest of, and people like, you know, that look like me suffered, and you know, I just sat idly by. So I just thought, I'm butchering the quote. I got tired. I wish hold on. Let me try to pull it up here in a minute, but yeah, we'll get back to it.
But no, I was just real
anyway,
quick. I wanted to say I thought it was interesting.
So after they, yeah, go ahead, bro. Sorry.
That during that little conversation with the quote you just had, Eric said something about like, you know, T'Challa questions him. He's like, "You say you're from Wakanda?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm actually like a prodigal son," as Christians would say. I thought that was interesting because, you know, I'm wondering, are they, you know, is he I'm not entirely too sure his connection in the comic universe, but in the MCU, you know how he was like they were cousins or whatever. I'm
Yeah, that's a great
wondering
point.
are they gonna go the same route in this universe, or is his connection not even that deep? You know, if it is that deep and they are cousins, is he still got this overall plan? Like maybe he's gonna get brought into Wakanda, and to try to T'Challa will convince him to come back to Wakanda, help out. We could use your ideas, but he slowly gets disillusioned while being there, and then he spirals into the Killmonger we know, where he wants to destroy them from within. Just a lot of ideas, it gets me going.
Hell yeah,
But I
dude.
thought
No,
that
that
bit
was
of
dope.
dialogue was
That's yeah, a great detail. Yeah, I should have highlighted that panel. But yeah, he definitely mentions that he's from some type of royal family in Wakanda. We don't know necessarily what his relation is, but yeah, and it's definitely high up. But yeah, right here he's saying, "I got tired of sleeping in paradise while people who look like me suffered in the world beyond it." I love that quote. Just such a great moment between him and T'Challa.
yeah.
Anyway, they saunter forth, find this great, super dope Black Panther cave. Killmonger tells T'Challa there's parts of Africa that you know nothing about that are older than Wakanda and older than your culture. I think Storm echoes the same sentiments here in a minute. But yeah, they kind of descend through these levels of this cave, going deeper and deeper still. T'Challa's a little spooked, so he brings the Panther suit out. Um, but yeah, they drop down through all these levels, and then his Panther suit begins to defy his commands. And Killmonger tells him that it's governed by something that you don't understand, something older than you. There's ancient things at play here. It's dope. I love how this final kind of there's vibranium everywhere, obviously, and T'Challa initially thinks that's the reason why Ra and Khonshu are after this location, or what they have and are hiding. But as they descend further down into this cave with the help of Storm, I love this, her wind gust kind of like guiding them down. And this quote right here, commanding the winds, nice skill to have. And what did she say? Hold on. Gosh. Commanding skills, nice skill to have. A connection isn't a skill; it's a responsibility. A little bit of Peter Parker there, and then she says, "You brought him here, so you trust him." And Killmonger says, "We need to be more than two." So, I like a dope. I love the little greeting there, and the trust implied there with Killmonger. But then we see that they have this giant ball of energy. They don't really know what it is, but they know that it can't fall into the hands of its enemies. That's basically how we leave the issue. But yeah, what did you think about Storm's appearance? I guess and first interaction with T'Challa here, and the end of this issue, bro.
I dug it. I am still of the mind. I feel like that even at that little line of dialogue where T'Challa says something about her powers, I feel like he was flirting with her. So I do think they're gonna have some sort of little romance eventually. I mean, I love Storm. I love Storm. I'm glad to see her in any aspect. I can't help but when I see this, I'm just like, how is she? I don't know. Is she? Is Storm not? I feel like Storm's so tied to the X-Men. It's so weird for me to see her in a book and not. Maybe she'll get to the X-Men eventually, but this is just my mind wandering. I'm just like, how is she gonna get to the X-Men eventually?
Man, let her stay in Africa. She done helped out those white folks long enough, bro. Let her stay.
Now she can help out the Japanese, because so far the only two X-Men are Japanese. But they could do like the giant size thing.
Very true. Yeah.
Like, what? I think they might do that. I think we're jumping ahead, but I think X-Men might be like a new giant size X-Men type of thing, where it's like Banshee was from Ireland. Different ethnicities in different parts of the world are gonna be an X-Men team. I think that'd be cool. But no, yeah, that room, I don't know what the fuck is going on with that room though. Like I was wrecking my brain for quite a while trying to think of what that could be, or like what could overpower T'Challa's own suit, I don't know what that shit is, but I'm curious to find out. Great issue.
Yeah, a superior issue. It was, well, not superior, but it was solid. There was only really two
Yeah.
things happening, but regardless, I loved, like you said, both great conversations, so many quotable moments throughout. You know, we get a big plot reveal as far as like where the end game, I guess, is going to be with this energy source and Ra and Khonshu. You know, we know that's going to be the ultimate battle, or you know, the final battle or whatever. But how we get there is going to be interesting, and I can't wait to see what happens with the relationship between these three.
You
Yeah,
know what I'm sitting here thinking of? Ra and Khonshu, like, I'm thinking, like, what if eventually, like, you know, they're gonna come clash with T'Challa and Killmonger? Like, what if they hire some mercenary, Mark Spector, and they give him powers? And he, like, it's like a Black Panther versus Moon Knight type of thing, you know? Like, because yeah, I think that would work. I think that would be kind of cool, to be honest. Give Moon Knight, he doesn't really need an edge, but just have him be like more of like a, not a Punisher type of character, but a dude who's just so addicted to violence and shit. Like he just goes from one job to the next, and they like imbue him with some powers to take on T'Challa. You know?
yeah.
Like,
I'm
kind of.
curious what like Ultimate Moon Knight is going to be in this universe, because it's like I don't know if we're getting a showdown with Ultimate Moon Knight or Ultimate Khonshu and Ra. You know what I mean? Like Khonshu
Right.
and
Yeah.
Ra kind of
Yep.
seem to be their own. I don't know if Khonshu is Ultimate Moon
Entity.
Knight. You know what I mean? Like, or that's
Right.
the deal. He reminds me of or you know, they both kind of together remind me of Hunter's Moon from the McKay run, and their look and like the suit and tie kind of with the,
Bro,
you know what I mean? So
what
I don't know.
if
It's weird.
what if Hunter's Moon is Ra in the Ultimate Universe and Mark Spector is Khonshu?
Oh shit.
Underneath like the mask, or like what if like Khonshu, you know how Khonshu always gives his, instead
Oh,
of
that
him
would
calling
be,
himself
I'm
like
here
Moon
for
Knight, like
that.
he,
That
that'd be
would be proper.
interesting.
That would be proper for like an ancient god of the moon to be that crazy. You know what I mean? Like I would like to
And
see.
possess,
Yeah,
yeah,
that would be a
shit.
good that would be a good table turn on the whole thing. To like make Mark Spector. Make Mark Spector the giant, give him the giant,
Yeah,
giant crow head, you know what I mean? And let him.
or it's like maybe Khonshu, like in this universe, Khonshu's got a certain level of possession over his host body, and like maybe after this, it awakened, like he's possessing Mark Spector's body, and like Mark Spector's just kind of like, you know, kind of like Donny Cates Hulk, where like the Hulk's just in the back of his mind, he's stuck in like his a corner of his mind, and maybe some sort of battle gives him like, he's still, so after this battle he'll have like the powers that Khonshu's imbued him with, but he'll be able to control his body. But it'll kind of be like a battle within him where Khonshu's always trying to break free and like give him misdirection or some shit like that. Like, you know, so in that way he's schizophrenic or seeing shit that's not there. It's still like the mental thing, you know, with the new twist. Call us, Marvel. We got some ideas.
Yeah, we gotta stop giving them free game. Let's just stop it. Yeah. All right. So yeah, moving on. But yeah, Ultimate Black Panther. Y'all go read it. We're about halfway through, I think, the first arc. All right, man. Yeah, let's get to another one that didn't have a whole lot going on, but still is such a great series. Patrick Horvath, Beneath the Trees. He's writing and drawing this bad boy. Like we've talked about it before. I talked about it before on multiple shows, but yeah, it's, you know, Richard Scarry meets Dexter. Just such a brilliant twist and aesthetic, like taking the children's book slash vibe and putting like a serial killer in that world, and how they would operate, and just the story he's told has been magnificent. Anyway, spoilers, we're here on our fifth penultimate issue. We got one more to go, where Sam, our serial killer bear, has been exposed. Bro, we took it back to issue one on this, which I loved. I love, you know, like I said, nothing really happens in this. Sam, you know, generally Sam travels, goes and has like a moment of transcendence, decides to come back to town, and and take out
Yep.
Nigel and finish what she started. Well, not what she started, but all these loose ends and this craziness going on. She's going to take him out. That's really like A to B where you get through, but the journey that we take in this issue is beautiful, and it's got callbacks to issue 1. I loved it. Just general. I'm gonna let you talk about your general thoughts real quick. I'm gonna take a break for 2 seconds.
All right. I loved it. That was another great issue. This, like I said before, the series was a surprise. Continues to be excellent. This issue was a little bit more, what's the word, intimate, introverted, where it's just like she didn't really speak to anybody else throughout this other entire issue. It's more like a narration within her head. And she's starting to kind of like break, because she's such a control issue or a control freak. She's used to like managing her life very specifically. And this whole reveal has just sent her, she's on the lam, she's on the run. And so she's just kind of like reflecting on like, shit, how did it come this far? Or like what happened? But at the end of the issue, she does kind of have like a reawakening, like, all right, I know how to get back into my groove. I know how to salvage this situation. And that that sets up the next issue. But like Stu said, this issue didn't really have anything. It didn't not have anything, but it was, like I said, it was more inside of her head and her own thoughts on everything that's led up to this point. But once again, a fantastic book. I think the description Stu gives it is very apt. It's scary, Stuart Scary, whatever.
Richard
Scary
meets Dexter, yeah.
And meets Dexter, yes. Perfect summary.
Oh yeah. All right. Yeah, let's get into it. I don't want to see chat. But yeah, and it's super good. We're almost on the last issue. I think it's coming out this week or next. So if you want to wait around for the trade to drop, then do it. But if not, go ahead and start grabbing the dude. I guarantee you read issue 1, you're not going to want to stop. So I highly recommend it. It's been my favorite comic book in the last 6 months or so, honestly. Like, this is one of those books I'd be counting down time until like the new issue is released.
Oh shit. When you told me that this was on the list this week, I was like, yes. That's, I get excited when this book comes about. I'm like, oh shit, we're already on this issue already? Okay.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, you like it so much you chose it. You're like, hey dude, let's do Beneath the Trees like 3. And I was like, dude, we just covered that. You're like, oh yeah.
I was like, oh,
stay ready. You stay ready. Hell yeah. All right. So all right, spoilers alert, spoilers, Ninja. So, obviously we're on the second to last issue. So I'll give you a minute if you don't want to watch this. But Sam, our serial killer bear, is on the run basically from Nigel, who's exposed her, knew that I had basically been following her around, knew that she was killing in the city, knew that she stashed the remains of paint cans and brought a bunch of paint cans back to the shop, had fully exposed Sam because Sam didn't want to team up with her and do, I guess, double serial killings together. So Sam's on the run. Sam heads to the city, obviously, where she knows she can blend in. And that's exactly what she does at the beginning of the issue. But yeah, I love this. I love how she's reading the paper at the diner. Shit. Yeah, she's reading the paper at the diner, and it's about, the body count in the small town. She sees the vision of the duck that she killed in issue 1 and dissected.
Love that jacket.
Coming back. Yeah, dude, it's so great. Such a great image. But yeah, and just trying to blend in, but still being haunted by all the ghosts of the past. I love this shot in the rear view, seeing the duck again. Just so many great.
You know what I love about this art, bro? It's it's still colorful, but it's when it's gruesome, it's never distracting. Like, some art will be so colorful and bright that you're like, whoa, it's kind of jarring to see something so bloody. But there's a good blend here, or balance, where it's even when it's very colorful and bright, it fits, and when it gets dark, it fits as well. It's a hard balance to strike.
the overcast and the rain. It's so good. And it just like good call. Look at all these shots. Like Sam moving through the city, it never looks, bright or happy. It's always overcast or so many grays. But yeah, so Sam goes out, like I guess out of town, encounters a fallen tree, tries to get over it, fucks herself up pretty good. Like it's raining, she falls over the tree, slams her head, she's kind of just like knocked out. So this is like we don't really know. Like I guess this is kind of where the breach in reality goes. You can see the panels. I love how it goes from light to dark, so you kind of like you don't really know what's going on in Sam's head. But she has this experience where she goes into I guess this cave initially, right? And this cave has this kind of like two-way mirror that she kind of pushes through this guide to another dimension, and then she sees herself getting like eaten, and this is a lot of a lot of guilt, a lot of shame that she's dealing with, and I think the snakes represent that. Just all the things she's done, and all the things she's trying to keep tucked away, to keep wanting.
Bro, when I was reading the panel with the yellow snake and shit, like she's talking about fear, and I'm like, oh shit, are they taking this in Green Lantern territory? Does every color represent a different like emotion and shit? Because yellow represents fear for Sinestro, but that wasn't the case. But I got geeked for a little second that thinking they were going that route. I'm like, oh, that's a cool little callback or connection. But
that would have been crazy if they did the indigo, and then there's the how many different lantern shades are there, bro? Y'all are OD with the lantern chains. Can we just put that on record? Like y'all are out of pocket. Jeff Johns went crazy. All right, whatever. Yeah. Anyway, Sam reattaches his snake head, and like goes down by this stream, and encounters a wild bear with its kill. And this was my favorite part of the issue. Hi. I think we've met before. My name's Sam. And of course, this guys right here, this slide right here is the throwback to issue 1. This is when we first learn who Sam is and what Sam does in the city and what Sam's hobby is. Sam's just killed a duck, is dissecting them and putting them into paint cans and burying them, all over this this little spot that she's found. And she encounters a wild bear as she's doing so. And she says to the wild bear, I'd appreciate it if we could just keep this between the two of us. And the wild bear just, saunters on. So I love this throwback, how we bring back the encounter with the wild bear, but it's also a moment where Sam kind of gets in touch with her feral nature, who she truly is in the food chain, what she truly represents out there in the wild. You have she's still afraid to trespass. You have a lovely place here. And you can sense her hesitant. Anyway, another bear shows up. These two bears go at it, fighting over the prey, vicious. And then they start fighting each other. Yeah. And it's a vicious fight, and Sam can't help but get excited and reinvigorated at the sight of, bear on bear action. There's flesh being pulled, there's guts being shown, and it's just like Sam's finding herself again. Dude,
just turned on, bro.
How great was this, man? Because I remember celebrating this issue, this scene in issue 1 with you when Sam encountered the wild bear, and I appreciate it. Like, so this is, I know, like, immediately when I read this, I was like, I can't wait to get into this with Link, dude, because this was it for us.
Fuck yeah,
it was great.
I'm still so curious about. I was glad they touched the scene because it was one, like you said, a great callback. But I'm so curious, like how this world works. Still, like, what's the word where animals walk? Like, say, like the animals in this world, are they What's the word? Not anthropomorphic, is it?
Yeah, I think it is though. Anthropomorphic.
Okay.
Would they act like humans?
But
right?
Yeah. But then we've got regular animals in this world, so it's like. I don't know. Like she talks to the bear, like the bear can understand her, but then I feel like the bear doesn't understand her, but it could at the same time. So I'm very curious about those dynamics. I don't know, but it was cool to see the bear, and I'm glad he like reinvigorated her to get back on her shit. Because I'm not gonna lie, I've been a little disappointed for the last 2 issues. Like, Sam, how are you gonna let that motherfucker punk you? You're better than this, all right? You should have been on the fucking ball as soon as they tried to pull some shit like that. But no, you retreated. But sometimes you have to lose the battle in order to win the war, and that's what Sam's doing. So,
oh yeah,
I respect it.
Thanks. Bobo says, "Wild, hell yeah! This gives furries a bad name, bro. Furries don't need no help, bro. You walk around having orgies dressed as Teletubbies, you already notoriety is going to follow you. So, anthropomorphic, yeah. You remember what was it? Animorphs. Was it Animorphs?
Animorphs, yes.
Animorphs.
Animorphs.
Oh
yeah,
bro.
Oh,
yeah. It is a big word. You see what you try to do. This ain't Eric. This ain't Eric or Nick, bro. This is Supreme Clientele.
You got to double check sometime.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Anyway, Sam is reinvigorated. Drives off. Sam knows what she needs to do. Heads back to town of all places. Back to what is it? Woodbrook, I think.
Yep.
Back to the shop. And she gets, her gear, dude. We got a razor blade, we got a satchel, we got some duct tape, and we got a lot of tarp because it's gonna get messy. She says it's gonna get messy, but it's time to do what needs to be done. So our big confrontation with Nigel, the fellow town serial killer, the little brat who threw a tantrum and exposed her when she wouldn't team up with him. I can't wait to see how this ends up, dude. This has been such the comic event for me,
bro. This last panel, I imagine, is like, how fucking what is his name? Why am I blanking on this? But he does Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz. That director, I cannot think of his name.
Oh Jesus Christ! I follow him on Instagram too. He's a legend.
Simon, I know the dudes. The actor Simon Pegg, Nick Frost.
He did Scott Pilgrim too.
Baby Driver. Fucking hey, why is it E? I know you know this one.
God, forgive me, dude. His name right
there. This scene reminds me of, like, I just imagined with the panel of it where she's like blade, tape, plastic. I imagine like those close-up shots he does in his movies where it's like when in Shaun of the Dead he's getting ready for work. It shows him like putting on his, his shit. He's like grabbing his keys, locking the door. That's what I kind of imagine with this scene. I thought that was
Edgar Wright.
Thank you. Damn it! Though I would have never guessed that. I was really
Edgar. Forgive me. You're a legend, Edgar. Love you, bro.
I love Edgar Wright films too, bro. His last one not so much, but I only watched it one time. I got to give it a rewatch. It was the one with what's her face? I'm really blanking tonight. Shit, and I like her as an actor.
Yeah, it's too late. E, we were smarter than you. Yeah, we figured it out. I just googled it before you did. That's all.
Shit.
Look.
Oh,
everybody's
shit.
trying to drop everybody's trying to don't do that. That's what they want you to do. Right? They want you to read it. Look, they're trying to drop. Look at E.
Ask me to repeat it.
What a jackass. We're not. Y'all about to get banned from the chat dropping words like that. Like Kevin Hart said in 40-Year-Old Virgin, since you saying words that I can't understand, I'm gonna take that as.
So I'm gonna take it as offense. Yeah, this your boy? I'm coming. Both of you.
Yeah, when I come back, all y'all getting clapped up. Aim high, Willis. Aim high.
That's probably like the best thing in the movie. It's one of them. I love 40-Year-Old Virgin though.
It's so good, dude. This is I don't know. Wrenches, man. Y'all need to give me some money if you want wrenches. Oh, straight up. Y'all can help with this. Y'all want to help with this StreamYard bill, you can get a wrench. Yeah, I'm not handing out wrenches to everybody. Yeah, bro. You gotta throw me $5. Throw me $5 a month, you can get a wrench. How about that?
It's for a great
All right, we're at an hour. So let's go Avengers Twilight and see where we're at on time after that. If we got time, we'll do Ultimate X-Men too. Because I want to cover
Yeah,
this.
we can
one,
knock
man.
that
This-
one out quick. That's
This, yeah. Yes, I am big time here. That's affirmed. If you want a wrench, sir, if you want your name and a special highlight, look, I'm like Instagram. You gotta look. I work for my money. You gotta
Pay for
work
it.
for it too.
Like Twitter makes us pay for the blue check marks now. I see the mythology behind that. Pay for the blue wrenches.
I'm gonna make it a thing
Not
where
bad.
I give out like one a year or something. Yeah. We'll make it a
Make it an
competition.
event. Like
Yeah,
that.
exactly. We'll make it a competition with
I didn't
money.
even see that cover on the.
Alex Ross cover Benjamin Sua lightning bolt variant. It's okay. How do you feel about the Hawkeye Frank Miller homage?
I can dig it. I like that it. I can get what they're doing with it.
All right.
I like that it plays with the color motif of Hawkeye.
Because Frank
It's not
Miller
the best,
did,
but
I think like issue 1, he did the Captain America one, which I got around here somewhere. It's super crunchy. People will appreciate it. Super crunchy. A Cafu variant. I got this. The one I ended up getting was this one here on the right. This
Sure.
Daniel, I love the Daniel Acuna variant for this one.
That's what I would have went with. Like
But
that
I definitely still got to get cover A because I want to get all the Rosses because the Rosses are great. So
classic.
oh yeah. And then Tony Daniel had a 1 in 25.
Okay, Tony Daniel.
Solid. Yeah. Oh,
All
yeah.
right.
The OG. Shout out Tony Daniel. Overall thoughts. I know we've loved this series. We've done multiple issues of it, bro. I think this is another one. We're on our penultimate. We got one more to bring it home. How have you felt about this one?
This was a great issue, bro. I'll save it towards the end, but there really was just like it was like a great issue overall, but it was the ending where I was like, damn, man, this is a cool series. Like, I'll save that bit for when we get to the end of the issue. But another great issue. Finally, we see the Avengers in action. Pretty much, the band's back together. They're finally implementing some stuff. We see some Endgame type shit. Not Endgame the movie, but we finally know what the overall plan for her skull was. Hair. How do you say it? Her skull. But yeah, some great moments between Tony and his son James Jr.
Yeah, man.
So yeah.
I wasn't ready. My bad. I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't expecting to get all. You get all 1939 up in here, yeah. Like you said, my name is Johan. Don't go. I love it, like, bro. This is my favorite part of the comic. He calls Red Skull Kyle. He's like, Kyle, what's wrong? Kyle, what's going on?
Yeah, right.
He's like, bitch, my name is Joe.
Correction.
That was so funny to me. I was like, Kyle.
I kind of forgot he was going by Kyle when I read that. I was like, oh shit, yeah, he was being called Kyle at first. But bro, once you see that on, Kyle is gone, dog.
Yeah,
it's hair skull.
And can we just talk about, like, first of all, we're gonna get into it, but Acuna balled out on this issue. His best by far to me. I love the design and the look of Red Skull. I love like the Iron Man armor. Like, I love his looks from the back, how it's all, even though it's Iron Man armor, he's like, it's more like Arnold Classic. It's like the Arnold Classic Iron Man. Like, he's so brolic in the back. It's like unnecessarily big. Like, yeah. I love like the build of it, and like the way the glowing eyes are like kind of set back in the skull. It looks great, dude. It's a great look for this iteration of the Red Skull.
It kind of, yeah, hell yeah. It gives me kind of like Luthor, a more streamlined Luthor. The Luthor's armor he likes to rock, but he never really has like a helmet. It gives me more like a streamlined Luthor suit kind of vibe. But I do like the helmet, how it it's just the Red Skull motif. I think that's dope as shit. It works. Oh, yeah. It works.
Absolutely. And early on, he kind of, he mentions that Ultron has given him this gift and this armor, because James is like, this armor is incredible because he's scanning for life forms or whatever, or biometrics on after the attack, and he's not finding anything. He's like, this armor is incredible. Where'd you get it? And it's Ultron's gift to him, but he mentions that it's not without some booby traps or some catches or whatever. But we find out here that he never intended to honor his deal with Ultron. As Ultron tells him, I did not.
Kind of smart.
Yeah, it's kind of smart, but also, bro ends up with come on, we'll get to how he ends up. He ends up. I mean, who really wins this battle, bro? Because we'll get to it. Yeah. Anyway, Ultron starts digging in, talking about how you couldn't do it back in the 30s. You ain't gonna do it now. It's the same old shit with you. Ever since you were a little boy. I think he mentions a little boy at some point. From birth. Yeah. Yep. Your flawed mother. You talk about moms, and it's a wrap. Anyway, he blasts him. He's like, machine serves man, Ultron, and man serves a Red Skull. Again, Acuna's art in this, freaking fantastic. Just look at that.
Yeah.
I love the screw behind him. I love the Stark on the side. And that's just the top panel of the page. It's
right.
It's crazy. Meanwhile, we get with our modern day Avengers team. Hawkeye, Miss Marvel, Cap. We got Thor flying outside, kind of escorting them along. And they're trying to stop Red Skull's on his way to DC, and they're trying to, beat him there or stop him from doing whatever he's doing. But obviously, they wind up too late for the job. Red Skull busts in the Oval's office and offs the president, more or less, and then tries to blame it on Tony Stark. This is what I'm saying, though, bro. Look how Ultron cooked my man. I mean, that's the fail safes he's talking about Ultron implementing. Bro is, and he reveals his helmet to show just how committed he is to the cause. Obviously the president's sick at this. Red Skull in this conversation also reveals that the Avengers aren't real. They're just a thing he imagined and presented to him. So, the president's completely, realized he's completely fumbled the bag here for us, for the country. For the future of America. Anyway, Iron Man jumps off the Quinjet, inbound into the White House, trying to make it in time. Busts through the windows just a little too late because, again, Acuna's artwork, dude. That one, too. Red Skull off in the president and Iron Man busting through with Red Skull in the background there. Oh my god, man! This and from here on, then we get into the Red Skull and Iron Man fight, which is just I was looking at these pages of artwork and I was like, I just want to highlight every inch of this. I don't want to do you know what I mean? I just don't want to show the whole page. It's so good though. Anyway, right there, Iron Man's no, he sees the president's been killed, and then immediately Red Skull, well, look at this, gentlemen. Iron Man didn't even didn't give our traitor's president, he killed him right here. He didn't give him a chance to surrender. It was him. And Iron Man's not having that. He, takes him outside for a fight, and at this moment, Red Skull calls on Iron Man's son, James. Right?
It's
James. Is it James? It is James, right?
Yeah, James. Yeah,
James. Yeah, and James is what does he say? Hold on, I got it right here. Tell my dad he was better off in the tank. Cold-blooded, bro. Tell him. So James and his army of Iron Men are on the way. They're inbound. Meanwhile, we get this. Thor showing up, stopping the assault on the Capitol. I love this Thor close up, dude. I love how he looks right here. I love the design. I love the gloves. I didn't notice that before in previous issues.
Yeah.
I just love Acuna's design on these characters. Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, and I really do dig the whole the Thor's helmet looks more like a Viking helmet. I think that really kind of fits. I know people are probably a fan of
It
classic
does.
Thor's helmet, but I think that's sick looking.
Bro, I feel like a helmet's a helmet. Get interesting with it. If you can do something different and like, I don't know, show me something I haven't seen before. But yeah, I love his amend thine actions. I love the old school. I love how Thor shit talks. It's so great. Yeah, dude. And then look at this Miss Marvel. I mean, come on. It's so crazy. We get Miss Marvel and Cap.
I like that panel.
So great. So great.
A little touch.
Then Thor taking everybody out with the winds and the lightning. Eventually Iron Man locks onto Skull. He fires his missiles at him. Skull's armor is far superior, so it's not working on him. And then eventually we're gonna get our James versus Tony showdown. And he finds out that, or at least he thinks initially, that Skull has unleashed a nuke. But we find out later it's a nuke, all right, but it's not the nuke that
it qualifies.
But yeah, anyway, like I said, dude, just look at all this brilliant artwork left to right. And I'm sorry I couldn't do close-ups on all this. I really wanted to, but there was just so many great panels in this. I highly encourage you guys to just. Yeah. This is a rich issue you want to read physically, guys. Digitally is great, but like you just want to have this book in your hands. It's so great. Anyway, we realize that there's multiple missiles being launched. Iron Man's trying to take them all out, and he thinks it's all missiles that are coming their way. But as he's trying to do that, James and his Iron Man catch up, and we get the father and son showdown that we're waiting for. Yeah. And James ends up going way too hard on Dad. Ends up kind of like beating his helmet in, more or less. Like it's a super emotional moment where he's trying to apologize and go through the things that he did, but I don't know. James is so caught up in his emotion and how he feels about his dad. It just anyway, we'll get there.
It's clouded.
They're duking it out here on the left and the right. We'll get back to there.
Real quick, go back 2 panels. Just that Kamala throwing new Hawkeye fastball special style, bro. That's so dope. I love to see it.
Where was it?
I always appreciate good fastball. Go back one more, or go forward one more, 2 more. After this, forward. It's gonna be on the right hand side, bottom panel.
Okay. Oh yeah, there you go.
Right there.
Yeah, fastball special, bottom right. Good call, bro.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. So Tony's overwhelmed trying to stop all these missiles. He's trying to call for Thor. James tells him, I've jammed your ancient signal or whatever. And they kind of belts it out. Anyway, meanwhile, Thor's kind of running. I mean, not Thor. Skull's kind of running through the rest of the Avengers. He disposes of Cap and Thor. Like, bro is no joke. Or whatever. I don't know if you can even call him Skull, but whatever this. It's like Ultron. I feel like it's Ultron. Yeah. It's kind of crazy that it's weird that he's still kind of holding on to the Skull identity because he's definitely got more. I feel like more of Ultron. Anyway, here we get the ultimate showdown. James throws his dad through the Washington Monument. Great scene of action here.
Yeah.
And James is trying to have
I thought it was going to topple.
Yeah. And his son just beats him in the dude. Look at that. I love this here. This panel with James defeated. And then his dad's just like mushed robot face. Like, whew. And keep in mind, Tony at this point is just really just a head and shoulders. And he's been kept alive in a back to tank of sorts all these years, dude. So
Zordon style.
Dude's really like
he's
existing on fumes as is. So for him to endure this type of attack is really definitely the last straw. And his last dying breath, he's trying to warn them about the nuke incoming, that there's and Thor takes off after it, saying that they're not going to win.
Did that panel up top, that kind of, did that remind you of Civil War when Rhodey
bro,
gets knocked out the sky by
for
Vision
sure.
and Tony? Yeah.
It was so funny because my mom sent my son's a bunch of mess. It was Spider-Man, it was Iron Man, and it was Captain America. And Theo put on Captain America and Henry put on Iron Man, and they immediately started fighting each other. I was like, bro, what's going on? I'm like, oh. Thanos is out there somewhere, fellas. Like, why? How do we get the same? Like the Civil War was immediate. It was great. It was so funny, man. Art imitates life, and life imitates art in funny ways sometimes. It was so. Yeah, it does remind me of Civil War, dude. And his mangled face, Thor going out to try to stop this nuke until he finds out what it is, and we learn, like, Red Skull has sent the ultimate nuke. He sent Hulk, bro, and we find out that the H-Day event where Earth's heroes got slaughtered in this awful, horrific event was named H-Day because of the Hulk. So Hulk is gone. Hulk, God knows who's in control of him. Obviously, he's got those nodes in him, so he's probably being controlled by who knows what. He's bald, which is all the more fucking frightening. I thought the fact that he's bald is just, it's just scary as hell. But yeah, man, I can't wait to can't wait to see how this ends up.
That last panel, that was the page before this where they showed like Luke Cage hopping out the van and he's got the exoskeleton on.
And they're like, Mr. Cage,
that was my favorite.
Old. He's like, bitch, I'm bulletproof. Yeah, and then he comes out in the
and I hate fucking.
That was fire.
I respect it, bro.
Yeah, and this whole sorry, my wife's getting mad. This whole series we've been led to believe. I'm sorry, Avengers Twilight get me hyped. This whole series we've been led to believe like Luke Cage has been this helpless kind of like voice and hand behind the scenes, like a powerful voice behind the scenes type of guy. For him to come out and get physical and say, bitch, I'm bulletproof, more or less, like that was so fire. Like, dude, I can't wait to see the final act for all these heroes, because we know most of them are probably going to leave it all on the battlefield for some greater cause. But dude, I feel like this. I hope I have full confidence this is going to stick the landing, but I just can't wait to see where it goes.
Oh yeah. What I like about this is that like it's a cool little callback to the Avengers first. You know how they first assembled together to stop Thor because Loki was causing mischief and shit. Essentially, this new team of Avengers is there's other things involved, but it's looking like the end game is them stopping. I said Thor, I meant the Hulk, when they had to team up against the Hulk. And it's looking like this is going to be like a spiritual repeat of that in a way. Like this new team of Avengers is coming together, stop the Hulk, start a new reign of heroes. This has been a dope series. It's a classic series. You got heroes with their backs against the wall, against insurmountable odds, and just a glimmer of hope. All those make for a fucking great hero story. So
Amen, bro.
I'm looking forward to last issue.
Oh yeah,
he kind of he reminds me of. He reminds me of
Superman's cape.
He reminds me of Earth X Hulk, bro, with where the blind kid was on him and shit.
Ooh, good call, bro. Damn, you're dead on, dude.
Just a visual.
It really does, though. It's like that. It's a combination between that and Donny Cates' Hulk with all that like stuff.
Yes.
The apparatus they had built in. Oh yeah. Bobby says if you get a chance, check out the last Avengers story. It's a 2-issue story set in a possible future. Hell yeah. All right, we'll do, bro. Because this has been awesome. I love this Elseworlds type spin. All right, I guess real quick before we get out of here, let's get into Ultimate X-Men #2. Peach Momoko.
Right. Burn through this one.
Betsy Cola on the variants. Mike Choi, our boy Mike Choi on the variant. I love that one right there.
Nice. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Peach did the best variant to me though. That one on the right is fire.
I can dig it. I like the colors. The lightning she's got. Yeah.
I don't like the design.
Okay, got our boy Phil Noto.
But yeah, Phil Noto,
the
125. Nice. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I'm gonna let you take this one. I don't like this one was good, but I feel like there's some stuff at the end that I don't understand as well as you might. So I don't know. Let's get to it. Like I did enjoy the opening and how very little words or dialogue and like the art tells a story. I think that's where Peach is at her best. And I feel like this really definitely showed that. So I love this start to the issue. I thought it was a great. It's dark. It's intriguing. You know, it draws you in. It definitely doesn't let you off the hook after how we ended up on issue 1. You know what I mean? Like, with all the things we had going on. So, yeah, and then it's kind of into the daydream. But yeah, how'd you like overall generally, and then the intro to this one? Did you enjoy this one?
I thought it was. This one is a weird one for me still. I'm trying to figure it out. I thought it was a step up from issue 1. This book still doesn't quite feel like an X-Men book to me. I think that's where the weird dichotomy. But I'm curious to see how this plays out. You know, it's like with Black Panther, you've got like it's more like bigger set pieces almost. Like, you know, you can feel like this is gonna have ramifications at wide. With Spider-Man, it's more personal tell. For like I would say the old, not even the older folk, but I feel like this one in particular is aimed at like it's like a young adult novel almost. It's aimed at. I think if I was in high school and I was reading this, I think I would think it was dope because it's got great art. It's not too heavy on the dialogue. It's not too deep. It's just enough. So I feel like they're really aiming this one at the young adult audience, which is not a bad thing. That way they've got a book for pretty much everyone to enjoy in the Ultimate Universe. But it doesn't really still quite feel like X-Men to me. But I guess that's not a bad thing. Oh, I will say okay, so I have noticed that debatably manga, well, I will say I would stand on the side of manga. Manga is bigger than American comic books worldwide, you know. I've found that it can be tough for both, but people primarily read manga. I find that have found it that it's a little jarring for them to jump into like mainstream American comics and vice versa. People who read mainstream American comics don't always like the over-exaggerated manga style. But I feel like Peach is hitting a nice little balance. Like people, it's not completely manga, but it's definitely manga influenced, and people will stick around just because it's X-Men. So in a way, she's getting people more acclimated to the manga style that might not give it a chance. So I do like that for it. But it was a step up over issue 1, I will say. But it still doesn't quite feel like X-Men. I want it to feel like X-Men. I will just say that. It's not a bad book, though.
Absolutely. Where it goes. I completely agree with you.
You know, we open up with our girl Hisako is still kind of going over what's happened last issue. You know, she's kind of, you know, her friend is himself, and so she's kind of like ruminating on that, wondering if she could have done something differently, because she's kind of thinking like, oh, I didn't know the signs, but it was kind of like in hindsight type of thing, like but yeah, no, she's feeling guilty over that, you know, thinking back to what she could have done a little differently, whether he'd still be here or not. And I believe next page. Okay. She still having like, you know, Shadow King shit. I think he's still kind of fucking with her. Yeah. But I guess she fell asleep. She was having a dream, yes. And she wakes up. Her mom's like, "Yo, are you going to your motorcycle class? Yo, can you give me some eggs on your way home?" She's like, "Sure, hell yeah." So we cut to the next scene. I guess she's just out.
So what did you think about this character with Mai or whatever? She was like a Storm Junior. Like, what's her deal? Like, what are her powers?
You know what? I was so confused. I thought at first she was just electrical based because she pulls out the toy and she's like, it doesn't have any batteries, but she's making it activate. So I was like, oh, maybe she's just electrical based. But then we see later on that she's like fucking pushing wind and shit. Yeah. So I'm thinking she really may be like a Storm ripoff. there might be slight variations as to how she executes her powers. But so far, I'm just getting Storm ripoff vibes. There's nothing to really differentiate, you know.
For sure, it's weird, and she just came out of nowhere. I don't know.
That's why I meant like it's kind of feels like it's aimed at young adults, because some of these moments you'll kind of be like, where the fuck did this come from? And it's like as a younger person might not notice something like that. They're just like, oh, okay, it's moving to the next scene. But yeah, I was kind of like, oh, she's just popping up out of nowhere. She's like, oh, hey, you're that one girl that I saw get into the car accident, you know? She's like, yeah, hey, look at me, I've got powers too. You know, it's not really no gravitas to it. But May and Hisako, they link up, and Hisako's like, yo, I know we just met, but she's like, I'm going to the secret meeting. Do you want to come with me? Even though I don't know what the fuck's gonna be there. You know, we just met. You could be the person who sent me the note, but hey, let's go together. So they go to this location together, and it's like an abandoned school, and they're going through the abandoned school, and the security guard finds them, and they run into the dude, the Shadow King, and with the security guard, and they're like, oh, security guard, this dude's a killer. And so of course when they turn to the security guard's a fucking monster too, right? Yeah, there's the Shadow King when they find him. And yep, there he goes. Great art though, beautiful art. If anything, this book is firing all cylinders art-wise, bro. I like you said, I think Peach's strongest suit in this book is letting the art tell the story. The dialogue can be a little like fickle, or it doesn't hold any weight. But they're taking off, of having a fun adventure, it looks like, and Mai is like, yo, wind powers, or wind, like Captain Planet. And it holds him back, but it doesn't stop him. He breaks through, he's coming right at him. And so Hisako's like, my turn, bro. And she, like, I don't know why she grabs the eggs instead of just armoring up to begin with, but she grabs the eggs and hits him with them while she's in her armor form. And that stops him from assaulting them. And so they're just like, yo, we've escaped to live another day. Damn it, I broke my eggs. And, she, oh, this was a cool scene though. I didn't really get the connection. That reminded me, the kid there who's got like the paper, it reminded me of Cerebro. Yo, you're on, I don't know if you're talking. Stu, you're on mute.
My bad, dude. My mic died.
No, you're right.
Yeah, no, this was the one I was going to ask you about, because it did remind me of Cerebro as well. But yeah, what did you think of this, and who was this guy?
Bro, I like, for the way the scene played out, I'm assuming that kid is like Shadow King, or the person in the shadow form. But at the same time, I'm really not entirely sure. I really don't know. I don't think they said his name. Did they? No, I don't think they did.
I feel like they do. Or no, he just says no, they don't. He just says her name.
Oh, he says her name.
Yeah.
So that confused me, bro. I'm really lost what's going on. It's still cool. But then we flash forward to the next day. And Hisako and Mai are classmates now. The day they just met yesterday, and the next day they found out they're in class together. So you can tell they're gonna be besties. And the book kind of ends there, Like I said, this book doesn't really feel like X-Men. But no. I don't feel like that's their goal. I feel like they're definitely trying to hit like meet the YA audience.
Absolutely.
I just wish they wouldn't call it X-Men. You know what? Something like this, even because I know they're doing it for the branding purposes, but a book like this would be better off called Generation X. It's about it. You could do so much with that name alone. Like, it's about the whole. You're implying that it kind of people who've read Generation X know it deals with like the younger kids, but I think this book would just work better if it was called like Generation X, because it's not quite X-Men, but it still works with mutants, or deals with mutants and mutant related stuff, and it's very teenagerish. So
or Exterminators. New Mutants or
Something like
like
that.
anything, you know what I mean? Anything besides Ultimate X-Men is like the last thing I would call this book. But regardless, I feel where you're coming from. And you know, they're trying to get more eyes on it that way, but I don't know.
Alienating the original readers, though.
I'm curious to. I guess I'll say this. Now that we're 3 issues into Black Panther and what 3 or 4 into Spider-Man and a couple into this, I thought there would be a more connecting overarching theme, and maybe we'll get there. But it seems like they're each kind of doing their own thing, and I don't know how much overall connecting thread. You know what I mean? And for Hickman, this was the thing when they put Hickman in charge of this, or supposedly in charge of it. I guess it's not. He's not in charge of it, or as much in charge of it as we thought he would be. But you know, given his runs on Avengers and Fantastic Four, I thought it would be this grandiose. Where it just seems like this. Yeah, it seems like
you know what I will
Black
say.
Panther is going to be
that,
6 issues and they're going to be gone. Like Gods is going to be 80 issues, is going to be gone. Like Ultimate Spider-Man, you know, I don't know. That could go on for a while, but how long is he really going to stick around for? You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. It's weird.
I mean, well, like, you know, when Hickman,
we'll see what the Ultimates does.
Oh yeah, Ultimates is still coming. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But I will say with Hickman, when given the chance, he does, like, you know, with Fantastic Four with Avengers, he wrote for years. With X-Men, he was intending to write for years, but only left because Marvel fucked up the momentum of his story. I think he would have stayed on X-Men longer had they let him see his vision out. I think he dipped early because they're kind of fucking with his plans, and he's like, "That's not what I signed up for." But I will say, if Spider-Man keeps continuing to do well, it's a great paycheck. He is exclusive, so I don't see him leaving Spider-Man, especially if it's doing well. It'll be his way to put his stamp on that character as well, the biggest superhero in the world. But in defense of like the connectivity thing, I will say right off, you know, the Ultimate Universe did not start off with these deep connections. Like that was stuff that was kind of worked in. It didn't take too long, but like, you know, if you go back and read the first arc of X-Men or Spider-Man, you wouldn't know that they were in this. They were doing their own thing, you know. So I will, you know, we're only in the first arcs of these, so I'm willing to give it time to see if they do start making those connections. But I do feel you. You assume with like a Hickman book and him knowing what the basis of the Ultimate Marvel Universe was, the OG one, you would think that he kind of come out the gate with those connections, since that's what the universe is known for. That's what he's kind of known for, like the interconnectivity between multiple books. But maybe it's because he's not writing them, you know, he's kind of letting them find their own voice real quick before he starts throwing into weaving stuff, you know.
Yeah, and it's just,
but I
don't know. Yeah, he's not the creative mind, or he's not the same writer he was when he was trying to make his name with, you know what I mean? And I can understand
Very
that.
true.
Like now a lot of the times I hear him in interviews talk about one of the things that's most important for him is that his co-creators make money, and that they all know they're going to make money with him. And that kind of sounds like Mark Millar-ish to me.
Business, yeah.
So yeah, and you're kind of taking jobs as they come and for what they pay, and it's like, I don't know. It's just at the start of this, and I agree. Like I think they've definitely dropped the ball with X-Men in terms of what they could have continued to have with this guy. I think if they had done right by him, he could have really been. It could have really been something special. But now he's just here for here or there for the check, and but he's not going to be. He's not going to be like the grand wizard of it all. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, yeah.
So I think, I don't know, missed opportunity. I wish we had. I yearn for that, some of that connectivity. It feels absent here. These stories feel okay, and some better than others on their own, but I feel like ultimately we dropped the ball there. Yeah, I guess that's it for us, guys. I don't have. I promise. I kind of promise I'm going to get back to the PCP schedule. Sometimes it's hell getting everybody's thumbnails, but regardless, I know.
It's a lot.
Thursday night, bro, we're going to be talking on Verno's Blood Spatter Chatter about Late Night with the Devil. Watched that the other night with the fam. I love that. So I can't wait to get into that.
Okay.
I did enjoy it. There were parts of it I thought could have been better, but regardless, I thought like as an overall work of art, it was real solid. Yeah, and yeah. So Thursday night, 9 o'clock over on Blood Spatter Chatters YouTube channel. Check us out. Me, Link, Fable, and Verno. I don't know what else we got coming up. Of course, Blame Fable this Friday. We got Talk. We got Paul and the 619. Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Y'all come through. Check us out there. I don't know, Link, anything else you want to highlight or shout out? Anything you got going on?
I might be taking a leap or stepping out of my reins, but Verno I think he might be doing something for Fallout. Did you watch Fallout? Are you caught up or where?
Yeah,
where
I've
you at
watched the whole first season, bro. I thought
Okay.
it was immaculate. Yeah, loved it.
So I think it might be going down Sunday. But keep it, of course, keep.
That sneaky little fucker's doing a show behind my back because he knows I've watched it and loved it. I can't be there on Sunday.
No, no, hold on. Sunday night, good for you.
No, dude. Sundays as a whole are trash. Y'all go have a great show though. Like I can't wait to hear what you. Dude, how great was it though? Have you finished it? It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Oh, yeah.
And I love how they ended it on a solid note, but they also left so much for the next season. Like so much for the next season.
Yep.
I can't wait.
I think they exceeded expectations, man.
Yeah,
like I knew it was gonna be of some quality just because I trust in Jonathan Nolan, Christopher Nolan's brother, and I like what he did with Westworld for the most part. And but I don't know, they really did exceed expectations. I wasn't expecting to enjoy it this much, or I think they were gonna put that much care into it. Like I thought I guess he is kind of from a generation that can appreciate video games, but it's like you think you hear Hollywood or something is doing an adaptation on a video game, you think they're just gonna kind of, there's some trepidation or going with these projects, and with this, man, you can tell that he's a fan. It's a fan who happens to be an established filmmaker, but a fan who made this show, and it shows, and it's very impressive.
Facts. Hell yeah. Well, yeah, y'all go check out Fallout, man. Great first season.
It's worth it
on Amazon Prime. But thank everybody for coming out in the chat. We appreciate you, from Phelps to Fable to E to Bobby to Brother Joe to Inja to Sal to Rogue to, I know I'm forgetting somebody. To all you
all those
folks.
beautiful people.
Yeah, thank y'all for coming out and spending time with us on Wednesday night. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all spending time with us. Please come back next week. I don't know what we'll be covering, but we'll be back next week, 9:30. Until then, we'll see y'all. Peace Station.